Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we're working on the 26 Ram 2500, and usually I recommend doing this if your vehicle doesn't actually have this, and this is cheap for you to do, and yes, anybody can do it. I'll link everything down below you need, and trust me, you can do this for less than 10 bucks. This at a dealer is probably going to cost you a couple hundred to have done, and what I'm talking about is the door edges. This pretty beautiful paint. We don't want somebody bumping into it, or our kids kicking the doors open and bumping into it, or potentially somebody else even bumping into it. And although I think that most people that can put on clear bra and front clips and stuff like that, that's a little bit more in depth. This is something super easy, and if you want to do it for your significant other or a friend and just hook them up as a nice gift, this is well worth it. Well, the 26 Ram that I got actually had door edge trim on it, but we're going to pull theirs off and I'll show you why. All right, so you can see right here, this right here, they just didn't do it right or well, or prep the surface well enough, or they tried to pull it too much instead of setting the edge too much. So we're actually going to cut this off. Now, they ran it all the way down to here, but interesting enough, on this door they ran it further. It's actually peeling up on the bottom edge. And all this, though this would be warranted and everything, where I could take it back to them and have them redo it, that's a 45-minute drive, so I'm not going to do it. Now make sure you smash the subscribe button, guys, and head over to the channel and check out tons of how-to videos in automotive, everything, of course. But this is really something I've done on cars for years, and I haven't had any of this bubbling issue and whatnot. But when you have something like this, guys, this is now a trap for dirt and debris. And as wind buffets this just enough, it's a sanding agent. And you can actually see we have some dirt already back there. You know, you can see it on my fingernail there. So we're going to pull this off and redo it. On the other side, they actually did one door this high and one door down here. So it's really just one of those things that we're going to pull it off and we're going to do it right. And you can see their job. Bubbling up here already, then round the corners off. This one, it's not rounded, but they angled it. So instead of keeping them all even Steven, they kind of just jacked them. But I have basically bubbling on all doors. Let's go check the other side. Okay, so we can see here we're bubbling here, and this is where they cut it off. They didn't run it all the way down. It's not bubbling at the top here, but it's just a crappy looking edge. Now maybe this was an apprentice or something just learning how to lay this stuff, but we have bubbling here, and then it comes all the way down here and it's bubbling down there. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm not gonna bore you with that. Guys, this stuff comes off. It's basically like clear tape. It's just way thicker because it actually does have some type of rigidity to it. So if you were to bounce this into a wall in your garage, which stuff happens, right? But anyway, I'm gonna pull this off and I'm gonna show you this 3M 1-inch tape is 12 bucks. 96-inch roll should do most cars, unless you have, you know, an SUV that has really like elongated doors and you want to go all the way up. But one roll, 12 bucks, and it's just going to take your time to do it. So let's get that pulled off, and I'm going to show you how to lay a line on it, and then it's going to be the same for every freaking door. All right, guys, so I got these doors done. Now I like to round off my edges. And frankly, I don't care what it looks like on the inside, because that's part of the door jamb you never really see. And I bring it all the way down to there. Surface prep, if you guys don't have a cheap spray bottle from Walmart or Amazon or whatever, 50-50 alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and water. You can use it to prep any surface you want to go on. I brought it all the way down to here. So you can see we got rid of our bubbles here. And really, I think some of the problem is they went so thin. I mean, it was only probably a 1/4 inch tape instead of 1 inch. So you're going to have some extra on the back, but I always go a little bit wider out here because usually if you hit it, the door also goes a little bit further, and this might be your first strike point. So, so we just go out a little bit further. And if any bubbles do pop up, you can just push them down. And again, it's not permanent. You don't need a heat gun. You need a sharp pair of scissors, so a nice pair of scissors. And then you need this. And if you have any bubbles that kind of just work up in these corners right here, obviously, you can just push them down, and as time goes by, the heat will push them out. But when your material is only this thick, I mean, that's not much room to play in, because you're going across all, you know, you're bending around all these surfaces. So what I like to do again is I cut the new piece. This is going to be for the other side. What I do is I just kind of start at the top and find out where I want to be, cut one long piece, and then you just work your way down. So, and the way this backing tape comes off is you kind of back it off, and I just pull it off as I go. So I don't pull the whole thing off, because you'll pick up dust and dirt. So I just pull off a little piece as I go, about 2 inches. My fingers kind of, I've done it enough, my fingers kind of just slide behind it, pulling it off. And I do about 1 to 2 inches and stick it on. And I'm only sticking on the front. I'm not working the back yet. I want to get the front lined up. That way if you need to pick it up, you can pick up the thing. If you start rounding the corner and going on the back, it's going to make it really hard if you want to realign it. But as long as you prep the surface really well, you can lift this off 1 or 2 times and then re-stick it. But yeah, it looks really good. So let's go on the other side and lay this down. All right, so as you can see here, I usually just run my fingers down and I just pull it as I go. You don't want to be overly tight. If you have any of these like little creases here, they'll work out over time. And I just leave the back like that and I just kind of work my way down. Don't worry when you get to the round edges, how this door kind of bows out. It'll kind of just follow the line. So the real key is make sure you don't touch the back, the clear part where it needs to be on the door. We don't want that. If you need to lift it off because you have an air bubble, you can just lift it up, pull it out. Again, we're not sticking the back, so we're going to work this all the way down. So now when you get down to little areas like this, you want to pull it back this way before you want to stick this lower edge, because again, we have a dip here, so you want to kind of leave this loose if you can and then push it in here with your thumb. Or if you have a tinting squeegee or like a soft rubber piece, that way you can push that all the way in there and then you can keep moving on as you go. Now for the back, this we're going to use sharp scissors, so wherever you see a buckle or it kind of looks like it's bent, you're just going to want to clip it, and you're only going to clip it before this edge. And you'll do that all the way up. So there's some buckles. So I'm going to cut this. I'll show you where I kind of cut it. So you can kind of see right here, we clipped it. And again, we didn't go as far as the actual bend here. And now you're just going to start at top or bottom and pull it tight here. Push down with your thumb, and then you're just going to set it. That's it. That is all the magic that you pay big money for at the dealer for it. You're just going to kind of pull it tight and stick it down. I like to push this down and then I pull it. And then I set it down and see you can pick it back up if you need to. Once you get it tight, you're golden. Have a little bubble there. We can push that out with our thumb. And then we're just going to come in here and pick this up. Pull that bubble out. See, she's gone now. And then push it down. And I'm going to work this all the way down. I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, all done. Yeah, it looks good. Got all these doors done. Now I will say this, guys, if this is going to be your first time doing it, go ahead and snag just 1 more roll or 2 rolls just in case you screw up or you get some dust underneath it because it's blowing dirt. Try and do it on a calm day if you can. And that way you could, if you make a mistake, you can easily fix it because you can cut a new piece. You can get it all done one day. This took me about 15-20 minutes because I was recording. You as a novice can probably do it in 20 minutes without recording. And it's cheap. Like I said, it gets banged up, starts looking ugly, peel it off. It's a sticker, clean with some alcohol and water mix and slap on some new stuff. And it really is cheap insurance. It adds value to your vehicle and just kind of protects you from pretty much everything. And I would discourage anybody from using that plastic looking trim that you snap on the edge. Reason being is because that stuff will dig into your paint and inevitably leave a line, and it does get dirt trapped underneath it, and it's more expensive, and frankly it sticks out. Maybe people find that attractive. This is invisible, so it really doesn't change the face or look of your video. So as always, guys, appreciate you guys being here. Check the links down below. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, and notification bell. Catch you on the next one.